Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. In today's One Piece Treasure Cruise video, I am going to showcase 9 different teams without using the new bots, by the way, to very easily beat every variation of the new Kizuna vs Orochi. 3 variations, Int, Strength and Psi. All of them after level 30 gain new mechanics, but all of the teams in the video can deal with every mechanic you will ever face. Versus Int, you get a higher HP cut and attack down. Versus Strength, the enemy will get additional turns of defense up and you will also be silenced. And versus Psi, the enemy will give you more paralysis and also gain resilience. One of the 3 teams for each variation will be using the new Kizuna rare recruit Komurasaki as friend captain to maximize tickets and super boss tokens. I will also do a video about the super boss with my teams for maximum damage, so definitely subscribe to the channel to not miss out on that. Without further ado, let's get to my teams against Kizuna Orochi. For the first team versus the Int variation, we are going to use Legend Mugiwara 56 Sanji and of course a friend captain Kizuna rare recruit Komurasaki for more tickets. Now in the second row, as you can see under Sanji, I am using Legend Robin, the unevolved version, not the super evolution, to be Psi and have color advantage over the boss, but I am pretty certain if you do not have a dupe of this Robin, you can also use the Int version, you will just miss out on some damage. Make certain though you place Colosseum Komurasaki in that spot and enter the quest with maximum Despair and Bind sockets. In stage number 2, activate Colosseum Komurasaki twice, not only for adjacent matching slots, but to also completely remove the bind. Then, because of Sanji's special activation at the start of the quest, you can very easily beat the Oniwa Bancho. When attacking, also have in mind that Treasure Map Weevil is the only unit on the team that is not double boosted by our captains, so start the attacking chain with him. In the final stage against Orochi, the order of your special activation is extremely important. If you are using Int Robin, you want to activate her second to last before Bello Betty. If you are using the Psi version like me, follow this order. Start up with Komurasaki to completely remove Despair along with sockets and get a color affinity boost, then Sanji for an ore boost and high chances of matching slots, then Robin to nullify the end of turn damage Orochi will do, then Weevil will completely remove attack down when present and also give us an attack boost for everyone, and finally Bello Betty will give us a chain boost and shuffle our slots. Because of Sanji's special, getting matching slots won't be that hard. Also activate his super type to increase your damage even further and then attack based on your slots to easily beat Orochi. The next team will be using Roger with a friend captain Yamato. Yamato will completely remove Bind in stage 2 and then Roger will completely remove Despair in the final stage. This team can do close to 600 million, so it will be able to clear for a long time. If you are someone who doesn't have Bone Clay though, feel free to replace him with another base attack booster or any unit you want. In stage number 2, here we get Nami and Shinobu, the secret stage, but nothing changes. You just want to activate Roger's super type for matching slots and then hit your perfects to beat stage 2 in one turn. In the final stage, have in mind Rayleigh and Gaban are here to remove attack down after it appears, not to give us an ore boost. Law will do that, so do not activate them before Law. What you want to do first, after Despair is gone because of Roger, is activate Roger to get an attack boost. Unfortunately, the secret stage also gives one, but it's lower. Bone Clay then will give you a boost in your base attack. You do not really want to change him. You want to activate Law though to get a full board of guaranteed matching slots, an ore boost and chain boundaries. Then you want to activate Kizuna limited rare recruit Alvida to get a color affinity boost and also reduce the final damage, Rayleigh Gaban if the attack down is present, and finally Yamato's special but also super type to increase your damage by a lot. Ending on Yamato with the final tap of course will give you even more damage, but earlier on it won't be needed. The final team against the INT variation will be using Stampede Luffy as captain, with again a friend captain Yamato to remove bind completely in stage 2, and with Luffy's captain ability, we will completely remove despair in the final stage. For this team, I am also using a special support, not just stat boosters. We are going to use Arena Franoske on Robin, so if the attack down is 5 turns, which it will most likely be, we can completely remove it. If it is 6 turns, you will need another support or replacements for the team. In stage number 2, just activate Luffy and he will very easily do enough damage to continue. And have in mind, if he has an INT slot in stage 1, make certain to get rid of it so you can do more damage. Something else also important I forgot to mention, enter the quest on Inuarashi so he can get special cooldown reduction because Nekomamushi doesn't. Then you can proceed swapping to Nekomamushi. In the final stage, despair is gone because of Luffy. Then activate Robin if the attack down is present to remove attack down alongside Frankie. Then Crocus will give us damage reduction for the final blow. Then you want to activate Nekomamushi to get a color affinity and an attack boost for everyone except Luffy. Then comes versus Shanks to give us a full board of matching slots and also a very high ore boost. And finally Yamato for way no slots and to increase our damage even further. Of course, also activate her super type, and if you want, end the chain with her for the final tap if necessary to activate and give you even more damage. The first team versus the strength variation will be using Kizuna Legend Ace and Sabo. You need to enter on Sabo, by the way, with a friend captain Komurasaki. You can also enter with limited rare recruit Pudding active from Sanji Pudding because you do not need to swap at all. In stage number 1, you need to swap Ace and Sabo 3 times, leaving the stage on Ace, and it is also very important to have limited rare recruit support unit Konis on Sanji and Pudding because we will need, after level 30, to remove 1 extra turn of defense. Hitting a perfect with Pudding will help us do that because of Konis support. If you do not have Konis, you can either replace with another defense up removing support, or you can put Bon Clay as a friend captain, replace Komurasaki with Treasure Map Hyogoro to remove defense up completely. In stage number 2, what you are going to do is first activate Komurasaki, then swap to Sabo, then also activate Pudding to remove Threshold, and then take out Kyoshiro in 1 turn. It is very important to enter the final stage on Sabo to remove the special bind later on completely, but to also have the super swap ready for a high color affinity boost and guaranteed matching slots. Do not super swap just yet though. After the preemptive activates, because RCV slots are not beneficial, activate Bon Clay first and turn him into a Q unit. His classes do not matter. Then you want to activate Aokiji to get an attack boost and remove defense up for 5 turns. If you are using Treasure Map Hyogoro, you can use another attack booster instead of Aokiji. Then activate Caesar to get a chain boost. And finally, you want to super swap to Ace and activate him to get all of the things I mentioned before. Start your chain by hitting a perfect with Pudding, unlike I do here, to remove the extra turn of defense up, and the rest of your team will damage Orochi normally. The next team will be using 6-star Komurasaki, the Q version, with a friend captain Denjiro and Kinemon. You can start on Denjiro or Kinemon, not a big difference, but I preferred to start on Denjiro to have an easier time in stage number 2. For this team, it is important to have the Arc Maxim as your ship and HP boosting supports, so you can guarantee over 50,000 HP and you can get a conditional attack boost by the Kuja Pirates in stage number 3. In stage number 2 though, here I get the secret stage, nothing really changes. What you want to do is activate Zoro to remove the threshold and then swap to Kinemon to gain of course more damage, attack and beat the enemy in 1 turn. In the final stage, when you get Special Bind, Karasu here will resist it and remove it for the rest of the units, so you want to activate him first, but here there is no Special Bind, so no need. First, swap Kinemon back to Denjiro and activate him to remove the defense up completely and get a lot of boosts. Then what you want to do, if you did not get the secret stage, is activate Komurasaki for an attack boost, but here of course I cannot do so. Then activate Cracker for a color affinity boost and a chain boost. And finally, the Kuja Pirates to get a conditional attack boost against Orochi. Then attack and do tons of damage. The next and final team versus the strength variation will be using Sugar with a friend captain Shanks crew. I decided to enter on the crew side so we can swap to Shanks in stage 2 and get an attack boost. In stage 2 against Kyocero, other than swapping to Shanks for an attack boost and adjacent matching slots, we also need to activate Colosseum Jinbe to remove Threshold completely, but to also get a chain boost. If you want more damage here, you can replace Jinbe with another Threshold removing unit that also gives you more damage. In the final stage, it is very important to follow the exact order of actions in order to not mess up your run. First up, after the preemptive, we are going to activate Sabo Mask to get an attack boost. After Sabo Mask, you are free to swap Shanks back to the crew, the Q side, and then activate them to get a chain lock. Now we are going to activate Hyogoro to get a color affinity boost, remove the defense up completely, but also charge Asura Doji's special to max. Activating Asura Doji next will give us a boost in stats, and then you want to activate Sabo Mask for a second time to increase your attack boost. The last special of course will be Sugar's, turning every other unit into a toy bear and giving you access to your super type for an orb boost. Activate it, tap Sugar once, and easily in autopilot beat Orochi. The first team against the Sai variation will be using Bonney with the friend captain Kizuna area recruit Komurasaki. We are also using Kizuna Halloween Kid here as a sub, who is not boosted by Komurasaki but can give Bonney access to her super type special, so he's pretty necessary. In stage number 2, we are going to activate Kizuna Ivankov to completely remove Orochi's damage reduction, but also give the majority of our units an attack boost to easily beat the stage in one turn. In the final stage, if Orochi does not gain resilience, you do not need to activate Kid, just save time, do not activate him, but after he gets resilience you need to activate him of course for end of turn damage to bypass it and beat Orochi. You need of course to activate Otama to remove paralysis completely, then Komurasaki can give you an attack boost for everyone and an orb boost for everyone, but if you activate Bonney before her, you can get a higher attack boost for your INT units, not an attack boost for your friend captain though. Your friend captain will give you a color affinity boost and Bonney guaranteed RCV slots and a chain lock. Finally, her super type can also give you even more damage to help you beat this boss. The next team will be using V2 Marco with a friend captain versus Whitebeard. Here in stage number 1, if you have a lot of matching slots, 3 or more, you can swap Robin to Nami to store them for stage number 2. Also make certain you enter as Robin, so you can do this trick, but you can also get special cooldown reduction in stage 1. In stage number 2, you can swap back to Robin, and then activate Treasure Map Reiju to remove damage reduction, but also get a conditional attack boost after poisoning Orochi. then easily beat him and move on to the final stage. In the final stage, things will be extremely simple and this team can actually do lots of damage. After the preemptive, you want to activate Fujitora if the resilience is present to bypass it and beat Orochi, otherwise he's not necessary early on. Robin will completely remove the paralysis and give you an ore boost. Yamato will give you guaranteed Wano slots and also boost your chain. This is the 6-star version of Yamato, of course. Marco will give you a high color affinity boost, and finally versus Whitebeard will give you an attack boost and boosted stats for everyone. Attack and easily beat Orochi. The next and final team against the Sai variation and the video will be using Halloween, Mihawk and Law as captains. Mihawk is exceptional here because his special can remove the damage reduction in stage 2, but his captain ability can also completely remove paralysis in the final stage. That's why we're using him, and with Law and Shanks they are a perfect combo. Be certain to enter as Jinbe from Robin Jinbe, of course, so you can get special cooldown reduction because Robin is Dex and doesn't get it. In stage number 2, activate Mihawk to get an attack boost and remove damage reduction, and Law to get an ore boost this stage but a higher one in the next one. Make certain you beat Orochi in one turn by hitting the perfect required for Mihawk to carry an attack boost and then proceed. In the final stage, if you hit your perfects, we will have a high ore boost from Law, a high attack boost from Mihawk, and now it is time for the rest of our specials. First, after the paralysis is gone, we are going to activate Buggy for chain boundaries. Then Ivankov will remove resilience but also block slots. Shanks will give us a very good chain and color affinity boost. Jinbe will boost our stats, and finally Mihawk's super type or Law's super type, whichever you like, will give you the super typing. Attack Orochi starting with Buggy and do a lot of damage. And these are my 9 teams for you to beat every variation against Orochi, dealing with every mechanic. If you have any questions, feel free to tell me in the comments down below and I would be happy to help. A video with teams for the super boss will be arriving soon, so definitely subscribe to not miss out on that. Also, if you are kind enough, leave a like on the video if it helped you out, I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.